Do you ever catch yourself just spiraling into a negative mindset, thinking that nothing ever goes your way? Let's change that by identifying and eliminating those toxic thought patterns. Hey, it's John, back with another powerful mindset video. And today, we're breaking into the world of negative thought patterns, what they are, how to spot them, and most importantly, how to kick them to the curb. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. That's 2 Corinthians 10:5. Now this verse encourages us to take control of our thoughts, aligning them with positivity and truth. Now, getting started. Here are some common negative thought patterns. Let's talk about some of the most common ones that mess with our heads. So, number 1, catastrophizing. Now, catastrophizing is when you expect the worst possible outcome, no matter how unlikely it actually is. For example, you miss a deadline at work, and you're suddenly convinced you're going to lose your job. Number 2, overgeneralizing. Now, overgeneralizing happens when you make broad, sweeping conclusions based on 1 or 2 experiences. Like failing one test and then telling yourself, I'm terrible at everything. It's just not true. See what I mean? Now, number 3, black and white thinking. And sometimes I fall into this trap as well. This is when you see things in extremes with no middle ground. It's either all good or all bad. Like thinking, if I'm not perfect, I'm a complete and utter failure. Again, not true. Let me share something personal with you. There was a time when I was stuck in a negative loop, always overgeneralizing my failures. I remember messing up a job interview badly and instantly thinking I'm never going to land a good job. This kind of thinking kept me in a rut for way too long. But then I started to recognize these thought patterns for what they were. Just a few bad thoughts, not reality. It was a complete and utter game changer, knowing that I could shift the way that I think. Now B, how to recognize these patterns in your daily life. Identifying these daily patterns in your own thoughts can be very tricky, but it's all about self-awareness. Start paying attention to your internal dialogue. When something doesn't go your way, what is the first thought that pops into your head? Is it catastrophic? Are you making it bigger than it needs to be? Most likely. Catching yourself in the act is the first step to breaking the cycle. Now, here are some practical ways to spot them and also deal with these negative thought patterns. First, journaling. Write down your thoughts when you're feeling stressed or upset. When you see them on paper, it can help you recognize if you're catastrophizing or overgeneralizing. For example, if you're upset about a conversation with a friend, just jot down what happened and your immediate thoughts about it. Then, review it later to see if you're being overly negative. Challenge your thoughts. When a negative thought pops up, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this really true? Or, what evidence do I have that this will happen? Let's say you think, I'm terrible at everything. Challenge that by listing out all the things you know you're good at. You'll start to see that thought just isn't as true as it feels. Number 2, mindfulness or meditation. Practice mindfulness to help keep yourself grounded and in the present moment, rather than getting lost in negative thoughts. Focus on your breathing and gently bring your mind back when it starts to wander. For instance, when you notice yourself just spiraling into negative thinking, take a few deep breaths, focus on the now, and remind yourself that thoughts are just thoughts, not necessarily facts quite yet. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Psalm 19:14. Now this verse reminds me or us to align our thoughts and our words with positivity and truth, ensuring they reflect a mindset that uplifts rather than tears down. Negative thought patterns don't have to control your life. Recognize them, challenge them, and most importantly, replace them with truths that empower you. Now, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. And hey, stay tuned for our next video. So until next time, keep your thoughts in check and your mind focused on the positive and watch the miracles unfold. God bless.